Hey guys, LevelCap here, and welcome to another episode of This Week in Gaming. Activision came out swinging for the fences this week with the reveal of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This is a soft reboot of the Modern Warfare franchise developed by Infinity Ward, featuring familiar characters from past games like Captain Price. It'll feature a full campaign, co-op mode, and of course PvP multiplayer. So far, we know of at least two playable characters, Captain Price and a police officer during a terrorist attack on the Piccadilly Circus in London. There's also hints at a mission set in the Middle East where you play a resistance fighter of some sort. On a technical level, Modern Warfare is supposedly running on an entirely new engine. Past COD titles have all been made on iterations of what's mostly an in-house fork of the QUAKE 3 engine, basically id Tech 3. This year's installment uses a brand new engine that supports modern features like photogrammetry, enhanced volumetric lighting, and ray tracing. The update certainly shows in the trailer, which is visually stunning. For the first time in the franchise, Modern Warfare will feature cross-play between PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox. How exactly this will work and be a balanced experience is still unclear. Activision are also foregoing a season pass for this year's title. This is huge news. Post-launch DLC will still have timed exclusivity for the PlayStation 4 for a period of 7 days, and then everybody else will get it. It will include free maps, events, and more. That said, there will almost certainly be paid cosmetic DLC. Currently, 3 different editions of the game are available for pre-order. Standard Edition for $59.99 that comes with a Black Ops 4 Prestige token. Operator Edition for $79.99 that includes a Digital Edition bonus item and Operator Edition premium digital items. 3 cosmetic options for in-game characters, and then the Operator Enhanced Edition at $99.99 that adds 3,000 COD points to the previous edition. Now, going back to the franchise's roots and rebooting what many fans consider the peak of COD's campaign storylines is a pretty bold move from Activision. Aside from 2017's COD World War II, they've released mostly futuristic games, with Black Ops 5 already rumored to be in development for a 2020 release. It'll be interesting to see how fans react to Modern Warfare. It launches on October 25th for all platforms. So far, the reception of the trailer has been overwhelmingly positive. When it comes to Battlefield news, DICE hit us with the new map Mercury a day early this week, and it's been received pretty well. I gotta say, overall it's a nice map. It's got some balance issues for it, but nothing that can't be fixed. Now they're letting us know that the level cap will officially be increased in the Tides of War Chapter 4. Announced in a community broadcast yesterday, DICE will be raising the max career rank from 50 to 500 sometime in around August. It'll offer a whole new progression system that awards players with company coin, new rank icons, and more. Everyone who has hit rank 50 before this level cap is increased will continue from level 50 once it is. There will be no XP awarded retroactively. For full details, be sure to check out my video on the announcement. DICE recently removed Frontlines and Domination from standard matchmaking, citing extremely low player counts. Some players were understandably upset. Thankfully, DICE have confirmed the new modes will feature as limited time offerings in the future. Mercury only playlist is also being updated next week to run Frontlines, Domination, and Team Deathmatch. Death Stranding, the crazy-looking game with babies in your stomach, got a big reveal trailer this week that showcased several new characters, more of the game's story, gameplay, and environments. One such environment, a World War I level, was inspired by a visit to DICE's studio during the development of Battlefield 1. In the game, players will assume the role of Sam, voice acted by Norman Reedus, who works as a sort of courier, navigating a wasteland of supernatural horrors and wild bandits. Gameplay will include the classic Metal Gear stealth and close-quarter combat, as well as environmental gameplay puzzles, and of course, shooting lots of dudes. Death Stranding will also feature a multiplayer component. Players will be able to leave care packages for other players in the game world. You'll also be able to share safe houses and paths between destinations. Dying won't lead to a mission failed. Instead, you'll end up in a Stranger Things style upside down world that you'll have to figure your way out of. As for a release date, the game goes live on PlayStation 4 November 8th. A PC version hasn't been officially announced, but there's plenty of evidence to believe that it will happen. First of all, Kojima himself said PC was an essential platform and something Death Stranding would be built to support. Second, the only on PlayStation branding is noticeably absent from the game's box art and trailers. Typically, that branding is reserved for actual exclusives like God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn. Death Stranding could potentially release on other platforms 6 to 12 months after its initial release on PlayStation 4. Apex Season 2 is fast approaching. Respawn have announced some details ahead of the full reveal at EA Play next week. Starting on Tuesday, a new limited time event called the Legendary Hunt will begin. It lasts for 2 weeks. It'll offer an elite queue for players that reach top 5 in their matches. This should provide players with a more challenging playing field. The event will offer unique challenges and rewards. Double XP will be available next weekend. Finishing in the top 5 in a match will reward players with a battle pass level once per day. Legendary Hunt skins will rotate through the store every 3 to 4 hours. Players with the Season 1 pass will get 2 new legendary skins. As for Season 2, it'll likely launch sometime after the Legendary Hunt event ends. A full reveal is scheduled for next Saturday. So far, we know there will be daily and weekly challenges. The time it takes to get your battle pass to rank 100 should be much shorter. 3 new legendary rank skins will be available. 3 new categories replace the badge and stat tracker rewards, and you'll earn enough crafting material to make 1 legendary item by getting to rank 100. Basically, Season 2 will offer better rewards, more things to do, and take less time overall. Whether it'll include more significant content updates like map changes and more than 1 new hero remains to be seen. All hope is not necessarily lost for Anthem. BioWare have officially revealed the game's first post-launch event, the Cataclysm. This is the endgame content that players have been waiting for essentially since launch. Whether or not this content was even coming out was thrown into question when BioWare indefinitely delayed their entire post-launch roadmap recently. The Cataclysm will be an 8-week event. It'll offer 3 new missions, a new area, new systems for tracking your progress in the event, as well as new powers and rewards. It'll also include new weapons and masterwork gear. Overall, it's not the fundamental shift in design Anthem players have been hoping for, but it's a worthwhile addition to the game. Hopefully more content is quick to follow. The Last of Us Part 2 is reportedly being delayed until early 2020. It was supposedly launching during this year's holiday season, but it looks like that might not be the case after all. Development of the game reached a milestone recently, with filming of the game's final season wrapping up. Typically, this means release isn't far away. It's likely the release date will be announced during E3, and it's also possible the release got pushed based on other competing titles coming out in the same time frame. The Xbox Game Pass is coming to PC. Microsoft is teasing the expansion ahead of the full reveal at E3. Pricing and launch date haven't been revealed yet, but it should be similar to the current Game Pass on Xbox One, which offers 100 games for around $10 a month. It's a pretty attractive offer for people that don't have $60 to drop on every new title. That said, the PC version will offer different sets of games that might be included in the existing pass. Microsoft recently announced current Xbox One exclusives like Gears of War 5 and the Age of Empires collection will be coming to Steam at some point. They also revealed a big progress update on porting the Halo Master Chief Collection to PC. Beta testing of the first Master Chief Collection release, Halo Reach, should start sometime soon, before or after E3. I did a full video of the reveal, so be sure to check out the details there. Destiny 2's first major update following Bungie's breakup with Activision is on its way. The devs will be announcing the next chapter of Destiny 2's lifecycle next Thursday. It's anyone's guess what Bungie has planned for the Destiny franchise. When they announced the end of their partnership with Activision, they made it clear Destiny would continue to be a fixture of their future development. Fans are curious to see what Bungie can do without Activision's potential oversight. Classic metal band Iron Maiden are suing the developers of Ion Maiden, a modern take on the classic 90s shooter like Duke Nukem and Doom over trademark infringement. They're seeking $2 million in statutory damages. While the band and game certainly have a lot in common when it comes to their names, The buck pretty much stops there. The game itself has nothing to do with the band. The outcome of the case could force the devs to rebrand the game, assuming they can afford whatever it ends up costing them in court. NVIDIA have taken up the progress made by a former employee to bring ray tracing to Quake 2. The game's first 3 levels will be free to download on Steam starting Monday. People that currently own Quake 2 will get the entire single player and multiplayer remastered with ray tracing as a free update. To run the ray tracing though, you'll need an NVIDIA RTX GPU. In our final story this week, cult classic Ghostbusters the video game is getting a proper remaster. It launches later this year and includes the original movie's cast who did the voiceover work for the original game. It was considered a highlight of the officially licensed movie games when it originally released 10 years ago. The remaster will be available on Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And that wraps it up for today's episode of This Week in Gaming. As always, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for staying informed with us, and we'll catch you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.